New manhwa recommendation. Manhwa are very popular in South Korea. In addition to that, there are some excellent webtoons that have been translated into English. There are several categories of manhwa, including manhwa based on superheroes, romantic comedy, and dramas. The most popular genres are typically comedy and science fiction. Here is a list of best manhwa or best webtoons Korean comics. Here is a new manhwa recommendation for you. Are you familiar with webtoons? Great! Then you might know some of the best manhwas or webtoons that are fantastic. Starting off with our number 10, Super Player. After the catalyticism, the aura recovered. Monsters went rampant and humans struggled to survive in the safe city. In this crisis, a genuine scientist invented a game called Sky Imperial Palace. The game collects aura and converts it into energy. Since then, mankind has started the era of national games. The order is reorganized and the hierarchy is strict. Question arises, is Sky Imperial Palace really the salvation of mankind? Player Xiao Si accidentally obtained the Vermilion Bird system, connecting the game and reality. From that point, the two worlds became vertical and horizontal. Then, he finally saw. Number 9. World's Best Assassin. It had just been released and the art plot is really nice. An assassin of Merlim Alliance that inherited the work of a demonic cult leader. He stands up after being down and out and gets out into the Jiangu. This is incredible Jiangu journey of the world's best assassin, Li Guang. Overall, I have hope in the future. Number 8. One by One. During the Japanese occupation period, Kang Deokbae was born without knowing who his parents were. Having built up his strength to protect himself and form the group under the name of his family, he becomes the Korea's top organization, the Taesung Group. On his 50th birthday, Kang Deokbae closes his eyes after getting stabbed by a hostile organization while he was gathering with his family. 30 years after his death, he came back to life in a someone body at his 20s. And what caught his eyes before he even figured out about the situation was Rotten of Taesung Group. Then, he tried to correct his wrong past himself. This wasn't the family and organization that I wanted. I will get rid of this wrong organization myself. Sorry, I can't summarize this because it looks simple enough as a synopsis 30 years after his death. He comes back to life in someone's body in his 20s. Number 7. Powerful Big Ass is quite cautious. In Liang Main College's virtual portal, the A students of each college are doing their best for the graduation assessment, all the while waiting for the breaker. In the end, a mysterious man with the code name Ling surpassed the 9th level difficulty of the Seth Canoin alone, thus giving +1 to the CV evaluation of all non-Luo College graduates. In the midst of the crowd's cheers, Lin Chuan, the user of codename Ling, couldn't help but smile in the equipment maintenance room. Everything seems to hold secrets. Number 6. Chronicles of the Martial Gods Return. Main character is the most powerful Gosu in the entire Murim world. He killed a lot of other martial artists. 7 big martial artists got together and sealed the main character in ice. After 1,000 years, the main character got released from his ice prison. Many things have changed in him during these 1,000 years. He has become more good-natured. He adopts a girl who was about to die and tries to raise her to the best of his ability. This manga is really good. The main character is overpowered from the start. His nature is also very likable. He never shows mercy to his enemies. The art of this manhwa is also good, but it becomes a little bit inconsistent sometimes. But these minor errors do not hold this manhwa back in any way. The world building is also looking very good. This is a highly recommended manhwa. Moving on to our number 5. I am a human, but I became the king of the monsters. The protagonist Chang Zai-kun has been able to see terrifying weird creatures in his life since he was a child. But he was never afraid, but was deeply attracted by those monsters and fell in love with them from the bottom of his heart. One day in high school, he accidentally met a monster administrator and received an invitation To man is a prison inhabited by a lot of monsters and to find those monsters who were lost in the world. Number 4. Superhuman Battlefield. Seo Moon Yeob was the world's greatest superhuman who sacrificed himself after saving humanity. Thought to have been dead, he returned 17 years later to a now peaceful world, and the superhuman sport faces seismic change. The story of a modern fantasy sport action starts now. If you want some new manhwa which gives the same vibe like solo leveling, then this is for you guys. Number 3. I obtained a mythic item. Yggdrasil, the world tree of Norse mythology, suddenly appeared on Earth, and with it came demonic creatures that ravaged entire cities. Although not all hope is lost due to the system that a few special humans had gained. In this new world where only the strong survive, Min Jae-hyun scrapes by regretting the wrong choices he made in the past, when one day he gains the only mythic item in the world. How will this item help him? And can he change wretched fate? Being a reader of the light novel, I can assure this manhwa will just keep getting better and better, and I can't wait to see future in store for it. Number 2. Absolute Sword Sense. With the same author as Nanomachine, I can proudly say this manhwa will really be good without a doubt. With his Dantian shattering from a key rampage, So Won-hui was cast aside by his family. After that, he was kidnapped by the Blood Cult, where he spent his life as a third-rate spy. One day, he is killed after being used to find the legendary secret records of the Sword Sage. But instead of really dying, he wakes up 10 years in the past on the day he was kidnapped by the Blood Cult, along with the power to hear the voices of swords. And finally, number 1. The newbie is too strong. Zaiju grew up without parents in an orphanage skillfully, just like his name suggests. One day, he heard that the orphanage was having a hard time, would have to close in 3 years. While trying to raise money for the orphanage, Jaiju got an alert on his phone. On it, he saw a video of himself climbing the tower as a BJ 7 years ago. A tower suddenly appeared and randomly took people into it. If you successfully complete the tower and become an awakened, it's only a matter of time before you get rich. The story of this manhwa is really good, and it gets better after every single floor of the main character clears. The art is also decent. Fight scenes are also decent, but they are not top tier. World building is done really well. Characters are best part of this manhwa. Most of them are written very well. Some of their actions and conversations are more immersive and more human-like. This is a highly awakener type manhwa where the main character climbs a tower. Well, this was it for the today's list and the video. But before ending, if you really did enjoy our today's video, make sure you drop a like and also make sure that you are subscribed to us. And leave that notification bell set to ringing so that you won't be missing any of our future updates. You can always leave your views and suggestions down below in the comment section. Till the next one, see ya and peace out.